How you doing, YouTube? I'm going to do a quick little rundown here of how I make my camera mounts for my feel-free lure. I have a feel-free lure. This will also work for other kayaks. The reason I say feel-free lure is because the lure has a different track system than the normal Yak Attack track system. So I'll walk you through how I do it for my lure and kind of just drop in little hints on what you would need or would not need for other kayaks as well. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need is you can use 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch PVC. I use 1/2 inch for mine. It's a little more sturdy and I don't have that tall of a camera mount. You could use 3/4 if the 1/2 inch is a little too wobbly for you. But what you're going to need is you're going to need 2 caps. Now with the caps, you're going to want to make sure that they have a flat top. Some of the caps have a little bit of a rounded top. You're going to want to make sure they have a flat top. So you need 2 caps. You need 2 90-degree elbows, and then however much PVC pipe you want, just depending on the length you want to make it. This is kind of what it'll end up looking like, and then you got 2 elbows. And I'll show you how it works on the kayak here in just a minute. But to start with, you take your cap and you take a 1/4 inch drill bit, drill a hole in that, and then you have a 1/4 20 bolt, a 1/4 20 lock washer, and what you do essentially is you just put the 1/4 20 bolt through the hole that you drilled in the flat cap and screw the washer down on there tight, and then your GoPro mount, see if I can do this. I can't do this with one hand, but I'll screw it on back here. Your GoPro mount will screw right onto the top of that. Now the reason I say you need 2 caps is one of them is going to be mounted to your track system. So this one will be the top where your camera mounts to, and then I'll show you here now how to do the one for the track system. So you're going to have the same flat cap. You're going to drill your 1/4 inch drill bit and drill a hole in it. And then what you do for the lure track system, for regular Ram accessories or any Yak Attack accessories, you have this Yak Attack feel-free lure, feel-free track adapter. And it's just a little adapter that works with the Yak Attack accessories. So you take I had an extra Ram ball laying around. I'm not sure if Ram sells these bolts separately or not, but I'm sure you can find something at a hardware store that's similar. But all I did was I had a couple Ram balls laying around, so I just took the screw out of the bottom of them. So you take your Yak Attack accessory, goes right over the top of that, and instead of like with this one, you have the nut on the outside of your cap. For this one, you're going to have your nut on the inside of your cap. So you put your Yak Attack accessory with your bolt through the top part of your cap. It comes out in the inside, and then you would just screw your nut down onto your bolt there. Now your Yak Attack bolt the Ram bolt is the same size as the 1/4 inch. The only thing that I would recommend is that if you do not want it to permanently stay on your track system, like if you want to be able to remove it, then I would not use a lock washer. I would use a washer, just a regular washer that is easier to unscrew than the lock washer. But that's how you make those. We'll take a little break here for a second, and I'll walk out and I'll show you how I hook them up on my kayak. Alright, now I'm going to show you how I have mine mounted to my lure. Like I talked about earlier, if you don't want this to be permanent, this is the second cap that we made that has the Ram bolt on it, the bolt from the Ram ball, and the Yak Attack gear track. Now this is for the feel-free lure track system. If you don't have the lure track system, you can do the same thing, you just don't have the lure track adapter on the bottom. But if you don't want it to be permanent, do not use a lock washer. I wanted mine to stay there, and I'll show you why. So I did use a lock washer. There is a lock washer in there right now, so that's solid. It's not moving, can't move it. So the way I do it is I have my PVC mounted here. Boom. This is fully adjustable any way, shape, or form. Spins around. This is all glued from here all the way up to here. These are all glued together. The only part that I didn't glue is the caps part, so that I could take my camera off of here and mount it to my pole in the back. Now the way I do that is I can either just take the camera off by itself, or I can take this whole piece here off with me, take it back here, and mount it on top of here. I have a 1/2-inch coupler on, I don't have it on here right now, but I'll have a 1/2-inch coupler right here on this piece of PVC, and that'll allow me to mount that right there and have my camera, perfect camera angle that I like. So that's how I have it, and I just have this just zip tied to my crate with all my rod holders and everything. It's just zip tied to the crate, nice and sturdy. Here's an example of a 3/4 inch. You can see the size difference between the two mounts. If you like a little bit bigger, a little bit sturdier, you can use a 3/4 inch. I like a 1/2 inch. Doesn't take up as much space. Well, thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions on any of this, please leave your comments below. Hit the like button if you liked it. It's pretty simple install, pretty simple to make. It's a lot cheaper than any of the camera mounts that they sell out there. I know the panfish one's like $60 or something like that. This costs maybe $3. So hit the like button. If you have any questions, please leave them below. Thanks.